Just to let you all know, and welcome. My name is Clementine Bordeaux. I am doing some work with Racing Magpie, and we're just excited to start our winter camp, which we started last year. And I just welcome you this evening to be a part of this program, which Santee is sharing with us music. And you know, Racing Magpie is a Lakota-centric arts and culture organization founded in 2015 here in Rapid City, Mini-Luzaha-Autumahe here in South Dakota. And Racing Magpie, which, you know, focuses the Lakota practice of being a good relative and everything that one does. Our work focuses on elevating and amplifying the ongoing work of community-based artists and culture bearers. And as part of being a good relative, the Winter Camp program reimagines this model of problem solving, community building in today's world. And we do this by examining the deeper cultural roots around the way Lakota people do things and how they interact with the world around them. While these events are open to the public, we always target Oceti Shakoin community members as being both presenters and attendees. As plants and trees focus their energy on building strength and growing from the roots during the winter, our community will join in to strengthen and grow together each through the sharing and learning shared during the program. Of course, we want to thank our sponsors. So the Bush Foundation has provided generously for this program. And we have also been asked how our supporters can contribute to our work as well. And I would suggest this in two ways, especially during the virtual work and thinking about community care. You can make a donation to Racing Magpie through our website or by mailing in or dropping off a donation. You could drop off a donation if you haven't seen our new space here in Rapid City. That would be really cool to see folks support that. And then of course, supporting our artists and creatives by searching them out, buying their art, downloading their music. We're in a gift giving season, so buying something for your loved one or even for yourself. And yeah, so without further ado, I just want to remind folks everyone's going to stay muted while Santee presents. But if you have questions, you can use the raise your hand function at the bottom of your screen, or you can message me and I can field questions for Santee throughout the program. We encourage you to keep your cameras on and stay fully engaged, but also, like I said, we're streaming live through Facebook. We're also recording. So if you'd like to keep your camera off, we also understand. So without further delay, I want to introduce my cousin, Santee Luke Witt, who is from Allen, South Dakota. He's a singer and songwriter, born and raised through traditional ways of the Oglala Lakota. His singing style includes traditional prayer songs, Native American church style singing, modern Native contemporary songs, and he's also an accomplished Northern Plains style artist. He's currently a K-8 Lakota Culture Teacher at the Lakota Waldorf School, and he is an accomplished song composer, poet, writer, and he always puts his heart into all his songs. So I'll hand it over to you, Santee.
Thank you. Thank you, Lemony. To say good evening. Good evening out there, listeners. Happy wash day. Happy wash day and Santee wash day not pay tunes not be. Greet you all with a heartfelt handshake. It's a customary way, But myself, say good evening to each and every one of you out there. I am happy to be here this evening. I want to say thank you to Racing Magpie and cousin Minnie Bordeaux for reaching out to me and asking me if I would be part of this. Definitely, I would. I'm very honored to share what I have here. Musically, stories, kind of go to a little bit different things than I was kind of thinking about how I would do it. But, basically this introduction, so yeah, just to say good evening, and those who know that we tune in as they come along, like that. But I'm really, like I said, honored and happy to be here at this time and moment this evening. I put me some coffee on. I wanted to do my presentation here in my classroom. So I was gonna do it in my home, but then my kids are there and it might be kind of loud. It gets kind of hectic. But here, this is my classroom. It's peaceful, and I have my guitar here and some of my drums. So instruments. So I could do different styles of music throughout the evening. But in there, yeah, this is my classroom. Down there, have the door right there, the Tiopa, and have a buffalo robe, Tatanka. I always tell the kids you come from, Patelia, our brothers there, so we're a Buffalo Nation. So I always have that in my teachings, and I have a woodworking over there. I try to do woodworking every now and then, part of the Waldorf education. And then the drum in the middle, though, of course, you're always doing drumming and singing here in the classroom here. We have archery, and there's my office chair, and but everything happens right here. We have our throughout my day, classroom here. I start making for preparations, and once kids come in here, it's all. We start with song, and then I do the younger grades. I do stories, and with kind of middle grades, we do like more teachings, and then as it gets to the older grades, adolescents, the seventh, eighth graders, it's more like kind of like life lessons for the young Lakota, what they're going to expect into the world, being young Lakota, it's always magical what happens in here, through our, through what happens with the children, the learning, and kind of what I offer them, and kind of the atmosphere, everything here, it's really good. And I know the kids feel safe, it's a good place, and it's a good place to be, I'm really proud of how far it has come for me in my journey here at the Lakota Waldorf School. I guess it's going to be my 5th year after I complete this year. And after I walk out of here this year, I'll have my Waldorf pedagogy degree, the bachelor's. So I'm just feeling really excited about that, and really proud of it, accomplishment. Then on the other side, Oglala Lakota College, and I got my associates in Lakota Studies. On that side, when with that, I went taught at various different schools, seen different kind of educations, but ultimately ended up here like a calling, and for me it was a very wonderful calling, because this is exactly where, like, if I could imagine myself doing anything, this is it, a job created for me, this is it, doing what I love every day, teaching the culture, strengthening these kids about who they are, their hearts, their minds, their spirits. That's what it's all about, is to let them know, where they come from, the great ancestry, the bloodline, the warrior mentality, all those kind of things. I try to, how to be the modern day, Lakota too, what we need to do today to fight our modern day enemies, and things like that out there. All these good teachings I have, inspiration, encouragement for these children, the heart, like that. I'm just really proud of it, So I just kind of want to talk about that, on behalf of the classroom, on behalf of the classroom, and all the good things happening here, wonderful things. And myself being brought up around the culture and the ways, that's how it's always been for me, is just to be around the beauty of it, And then seeing my grandfather, Jimmy DeBray, he was a craftsman, he was an art teacher. And so I was one of the students, and I got to see him do art and do some do his artistic abilities, make passions and different things. So I like that, the crafts part. Same time growing up, I was going to be the educator. So being an artist and educator, put it all together, and it's kind of where I'm at. I got our own classroom to put on, to show these kids something good, they walk away every day inspired. At the same time with my music, my art, out there, living with it every day, being who I am, music, Oglala Lakota, getting out there, knowing these songs, knowledgeable, trying to, growing up, that's what I did was sharing the music. And like I said, artistically seeing the beauty of the culture, those kind of things within me come out through when I was younger, the paintings, the acrylic art, oils. And then somewhere along the way, I was a dancer, I dance, I always had that movement of art. Some of the child prodigy growing up, child dancing, in the dance arenas, being around the sacred circles, the arbors. And then growing, my mom taking me to ceremonies growing up too. So part of that, all this kind of, growing up with all that, kind of somehow, through me, it released, the beauty of the arts of the culture, what I learned and what I saw all over growing up, through the powwow circuit, through Sundance, Chief Sundances, ceremonies, the social aspect, the traditional, the spiritual, and all those that come with the ways, the people. And all our ceremonies derive around our songs. And none of the ceremonies can really happen without the song, the drum, the heartbeat, all that, ties them together. Everything ties in. There's so much that I can talk about. But today, right now, time, yeah, I want to express some songs, I want to express some music, some healing there, I just kind of wanted to express what I do, with the kids and my walk of life, I'm always out there sharing, inspiring the best I can and teaching, and trying to build leaders here within myself and every day with these children, future leaders, put my heart and effort into it, But I want to just say that much there and share a song. I want to get my drum, man. Hold on. All right. So yeah, I want to share a opening song, I guess, opening song of kind of what I do. And this song is a kind of a straight song. And these kind of songs, we use within our dances, but also, they're just really soothing, to listen to and to sing, you put your heart into it. It's like vocal, And well, a lot of our songs are like that, You can feel it. Just feel the song, you feel the spirit in it. A lot of these songs have spirit, like that. So share one. straight prayer song, but we utilize it within our wachis, and the energy, a lot of those songs have that good energy that where you can, a lot of our dancers, and even within our people, we want to have that good energy of within our spirit, within our people, and I think that through these songs and through the music, it emits that energy, and a lot of these songs have that spirit and that energy within them, and the people feel it, and they get strengthened, encouraged, I see it so many times, where these songs can bring somebody to tears, healing, it's just that it's there. I strongly believe if you put your heart, your emotions, your spirit into it, these songs, it'll be that way for the people, sincerity, And I think truly blessed to have walked with these songs and music for so long in my life, to have come this far with it. And right now I'm at a point where I'm trying to pass it down, to my children, my boys, my daughters, children I work with, young adults, those who want to learn, trying to do my best, with the time I got, to share it, because it needs to be shared. The knowledge, and I always tell ones my age, that have something, that they have knowledge and have teachings, that they should do their best to teach it or share it, because the world needs it. Our youth need it. So I'm always trying to be an advocate for we need more mentors for our people, for our youth, because a lot of them need that, guidance, guidance within our nation. It's very beautiful, our culture. It's very thriving, very beautiful. Just like what how we talked about earlier on in the evening, how we have to have that cultural awareness, and how we're getting to our roots, and strengthening ourselves that way, looking back of where we come from, and tying back to that, and reconnecting, And I think the ancestors are always there, giving us that, the energy and the knowledge. We just have to capture it, get it, through our prayers. Really happy to say that we held on to our ceremonies, seven sacred rites, our fireplaces, our home fireplaces. They're still bright, they're still going. I always tell people, we got to keep those going for our future generations. We got to keep these fireplaces going, because that's where it's going to keep going, and it's going to be there for our future generations to benefit. And so that's what I always talk about. We got to do our best now, because the young ones are looking at us. They're seeing what we do, and if we do it right and do it good within our ways, they're going to catch on and carry it like that for us, for their children. I've seen my grandpa's uncles do good things. I've seen, grew up around all that, so I try to be how they were, try not to change too much or whatever, how they did things. At the same time, I had to, kind of my spirit of how I am. All I know is these ways got to continue. It's all through the teaching. So that's where it's going to go. And our people was always like that, thousands of years, oral teachings, we're always there. And it's continuing, just as far as myself being an educator and teacher, I'm no honored to be in this position to be sharing knowledge, leaving something here in this world. Making a change, I just know that those are good things, But in there, share some more songs here. Through my walk of life, I've always connected to different kind of music and different kind of songs and different genres of music. It's not, I haven't been just one way. When it comes down to it, it's just like being an artist, and sharing myself, my spirit, and heart. And so hold on, I'll get one more instrument here for you guys. So yeah, I was just kind of like want to share different kind of styles of music tonight. You know, I don't got too much time in an hour, you know, but in there, just like I just wanted to share some of my heart with you, you know, and some teachings, you know, encouragement, you know, all those good things, and also, you know, share some of my belongings that I pray with, you know, just to share a blessing with you, you know, on behalf of my family, you know. And want to say a special shout out to my children out there, you know, my girls, my sons, and they're always been my strength. And they help me pray, you know, they have a real good heart for me. And, I get to be their teacher, you know, they're my students, you know. Oh, that's just great all together, you know, my best friends, you know, I'm trying to teach them, show them the best way in life, you know, that they can do good, you know, that's my only want for them, you know, happiness and a good road, they can have a good life. So I'm always out there praying, you know, helping her out to the best I can, you know, and then come along good things of life, you know, we have good blessings, you know. And there's a winter hawk, you know, tails long. This is one of my good friends. He did one of this work for me, and it's all really beautiful. I kind of showed up in there and it has images of, you know, really good things, a teepee in there. We have a water bird in there that's part of our blessings. You know, really good things like that. You know, the reminders of me. You know, this per item is the good road I walk, and how I have to be for my children. You know, and there's times in my life when I struggle. You know, when I get kind of weak, you know, I need encouragement myself. You know, and this is it right here, and I encourage myself. And kind of dust myself off and to go again to a new day, to be strong again and healthy within life. You know, I'm trying to get back into healthy eating at my older age. You know, but I'm trying to show my kids about how to get back into healthy eating. You know, back into our traditional ways of our buffalo. You know, get back into eating the buffalo, you know, like that to be healthy. You know, it'll be a lot better for our people, you know, to live healthier. And this is the gourd here. Utilize this for songs. But I'll utilize this for a song like this tonight. I'll share with you a prayer song with words in it. You know, this song here I talk about. You know, Lakota, Lakota is kind of how to be. You know, and in life, you know, to have compassion, to be think about your fellow man, your neighbor. You know, we were always that kind of people. You know, to always be compassionate to one another. You know, and that's something, you know, we kind of lost along the way. You know, that compassion for one another. You see somebody having a hard time or you know, not doing so good. You know, we should help them out, lend a hand or something. You know, and, make them feel good or hungry, something like that. You know, those are old teachings that we have within our communities, within our Teospies, you know, families back in the day. You know, we always were that compassionate kind of people. You know, we're getting back to that. You know, and these songs, you know, it's helping to get this compassion back for us. You know, for ourselves too. You know, we gotta respect ourselves and be compassionate to ourselves. You know, a lot of times we're too hard on ourselves in life. You know, this world can be that way, you know, it can get the best of us at times, you know. But you know, if we have that compassion for ourselves, for one another, you know, it'll be better. You know? And I think that's how within our culture we have that Waldorf culture. And the song talks about that in the Waldorf culture and how to pray, you know, how you're gonna if you're gonna be a praying person, you know, how to be, you know. You gotta have that compassion, forgiveness, those kind of things. So I shared a song with you, I composed a song a few years ago, and it got shared a lot, a lot of encouragement went out. Like I said, these songs, they gain a spirit somewhere along the way, and it goes, the people, they feel the spirit. That's how I want it to be. I want people to be strong. Like I said, the compassion. And the best thing to do is to share the heart, for the people. And want them to be strong. I want the people to be strong. The children to be protected and be strong. Somehow I know these songs, there's movements in there. The people, feel courage, feel good, and, kind of know, remember the ways, where they come from. Like that, it's moves about in a good, wonderful way. I just myself fortunate that I get to go play around with different outfits to see that, all of this movement of strengthening our ways, keeping our fireplaces burning bright, making those sacrifices so our people can live, those kind of things. And so the song, like I said, it has that my heart, for the people. It's never easy to walk these ways. They say it's Lakota, Lakota, it's hard to be Lakota. It's not easy, but at the same time, beautiful, beautiful way of life. I wouldn't have it any other way for my life. So I'll share this song with you. Remember, it's a church song. That song talks about our sacred days. We pray with our chanupa and our medicines. On these sacred days. We still have these sacred days upon our people. Thinking about it. back in the days in Honey, in Honky Home, long time ago, we had we look forward to a sacred doings, to care of them that way, and our people were strong like that because what this song had given us, Kanupa, and taking care of those things, our people were always safe. We're always safe. So that's why I said we gotta uphold those kind of teachings and uphold those things. As long as we take care of our ways, our Kanupa, our sacred rights, our songs, keep them going alive. We got to make things live too for our children. We get good for them, so that they see it in a good way. So that's why I say, it's always good to welcome children around the way. There's a time for them to be protected too. But those all go with the teachings, how of our ways. But I just kind of want to share that, with that song, kind of what goes with it, and the teachings, like I said, tap into different genres of music tonight. I just want to be stuck on one subject. Kind of growing up, was always had my heroes of music who I looked up to, and singers, I seen within the waves, different ones, out there that kind of that I saw, like, man, I wish, there's moments in time in my memories where, like, that moment, kind of like certain moments kind of changed me a little bit, where like a path, like a sign of where I need to go, of who I'm going to be almost, I think my father for being that way to me, my father, rest in peace, he's made his journey to heaven, Michael David Witt. He was a musician, he played guitar, he was a singer, a songwriter. And, he was always growing up. I remember him singing to me all the time, as a kid, sharing his stories with his connection to it, and how it helped him in his life and how he walked. But at the same time, hearing those melodies, kind of like, in my head as a kid, he always encouraged me to sing too. You got a voice and music like that. And so I remember he always encouraged me. I mentioned him because he was a big part of my music. I know he's proud up there in heaven, looking down. All my relatives over there, I tried to make them proud too, not just the relatives here, living earth, those who journeyed on. Because they're with us. So I'm trying to do my best for them, trying to carry on the best I could. That's just the best I can do for them. And hopefully someday, it will be that way. These kids will see, they'll carry on. That is the hope. That is the dream. So in there, I kind of grasped on to melodies and formats and formulas of music, capturing the music within itself, within our ways, kind of intertwining it all together. It all came out the way it did, rather than my style of music, with the harmony, harmonization, I kind of one of the first ones to start doing that, but since I was younger, like 20, 25 years ago, I was trying to share music, with CDs of learning music on computers. I'm just going out there and living it, living the circuit, the power circuit, the Sundance circuit, all about prayer, living these songs and with the drum, and it's something that I look back on, and there's no regrets. I loved every minute of it, and I know there's still a lot to go too, a long way to go. And the best part now is that I get to do it with my children. I'm at the point where, now I get to pray with my children, sing with them, share this good things with them. It's really great. But at the same time, I got a few sisters out there, and nieces, nephews, brothers, and uncles, and all that, family, meeting relatives out there, just collaborating, sharing it together. That's something that I really like nowadays, collaborating. Other singers, other artists, and collaborations. I've always been part of that. How to work with one another, work with different artists, those kind of things. And then they're doing like cover songs, and I've always gone up and listened to music. But yeah, it's kind of at this point here, we still got maybe some time, so I'm gonna, I don't share this kind of music too much, this part of me, but I'll share it tonight. Only because I kind of want to honor my dad, it's always in my heart, this kind of ways, and growing up, I always knew I had this kind of creativity, and I always had a book, I was writing all the time, words, poetry, it's on my mind, journals, things like that, I always try to see things differently. I always thought, express things differently, and had the power to express, people liked it, so I shared the music and they like it, so it's a good thing, so I keep doing it, At the same time, I have my personal journey through life, and somewhere along the way, I had songs I walk with, and I'm on this point right now. I'm going to share. I'm in projects, sharing this kind of music too. I want to get like an album out and things like that. Just kind of really want to get it out there someday. I walked with it before I performed. I've been in bands, like that. No stranger to this kind of music here with the guitar, but this song here, I got to tune it real quick.
Santee,
Yeah.
while you're tuning, I just wanted to share some comments that people have posted on Facebook and here in the chat. Trisha Withorn says, Mina Padamya Ye Santee for sharing your knowledge. Our Lekshi, John Gozen Center, said, so proud of Santee, an inspiring teacher, the epitome of being a good relative. So I just wanted to share those as you're tuning your guitar.
Oh, yeah, we'll put a teacher hello to the relatives there. Thank you for your encouragement. Man, I had this tune earlier, but I think on my kids, children are at the school. I almost got it. All right. All right, we got it. So anyway, like I was saying, share this kind of music too. Yeah, I think it's all right. So this song I wrote for my daughter, Makaji. She was born, and she's always been like this really good inspiration to me. And for some reason, it was raining the day she was born, so I gave her the name Makaji, New Dawn. That new dawn was peeking over the horizon. For some reason, they told she was going to be a boy, but she came out a girl. So I don't know how that happened, but it happened, and I think of a name really quick. I had the honor to name all my kids. But Makaji, yeah, she's always been truly good inspiration to me. Like when I'm feeling bad or whatever, can't think about her all the time. Life, general, and the rain, and music. So this song came to me. I'll share it with you. This, flows. So song I wrote. I thought I'd share it with you on this evening here. Like I said, they're trying to share different kind of music, different kind of genre. So. Makaju, wait, hey oh, hey, hey oh, hey, Makaju, wait, hey oh, hey, hey oh, hey, woke up to the sound of falling wind. Couldn't help but think of better days, you and me. Woke up to the sound of falling wind. Tears in my eyes as I sing on this for you. Tears in my eyes, tears in my eyes. It's falling rain. It calls my name. Sings to me. Oh, the falling rain. The falling rain soothes my soul. It guides my way. Oh, the falling rain. The falling rain. Falling rain. Oh, the falling rain. Makaju, Bichonia. Hey, oh, hey, hey, oh, hey, hey. Woke up to the sound of falling rain. Couldn't help but think of better days, you and me. Woke up to the sound of falling rain. Tears in my eyes as I sing out to play for you. Tears in my eyes, tears in my eyes. The falling rain calls my name, sings to me. Oh, the falling rain soothes my soul. Always there for me. Oh, falling rain. So down there, the falling rain, the rain, wanted to share that one with you, on behalf of this guitar, And by the way, this guitar belongs to I believe, my grandpa Nate, Santee Witt, and handed down to my grandfather. And then I think my dad, my father utilized it, kind of old, beat up, but that's the way it was gave to me. So, when I play, I always have that in my heart, my relatives, their family, it's good, Like I said, I even write music for the kids here at school that we can sing songs together, We sing, I write songs about Mother Earth, But these songs here, like I said, is part of a different project I'm working on, that kind of music. We kind of wanted to share that tonight, it's a part of what I do, part of me, and I don't share too much of that, but kind of felt like I do it tonight, something special, it is special, that kind of music, There's times in my life I'll pick my guitar up and it's just me, just write and sing, kind of get away from the world for a bit, my thoughts, worries, The music's always been there for me like that, So, in there, I just think the music itself, it's been my inspiration, you know, sometimes it's what I have to hang on to, but, I'm just real happy that I could share it, and I've always say, I have a gift, and you share it, it's how a creator wanted to be, give you a gift, you share it, it's for the world, to make it a better place, to bring beauty into this world. Sometimes we need that. We need that definitely. But I always say beauty's all around us, it's there. We just gotta capture it, we just gotta find it, hold on to it. It's in the sunrise, it's within our sunset, it's within our life, But for me, it's my children's smile, a little girl, she gives me her smile, and that's it. It lights my world up, it makes me feel strong again. I can go again, walk upon this world again. So those kind of things are whole precious to me. The music, the songs, something that I look forward to too. But then there, I kind of want to share too some of my future projects while I'm here. And hold on, I gotta check my battery life. Yeah, so I have some projects that I wanted to mention too. I had an album coming out here this month, hopefully. If anything, early next month, but we're trying to shoot for this month. And I want to get a shout out to my producer there, Jay LeBeau, Medicine Hat Productions. So I do have an album coming out. It's going to be my first kind of like major release, because it's going to be on major platforms as far as Spotify, iTunes, and things like that. And the album is called Wowichala. In our language, that means believe. And I walk with that word because, it's belief into what I do. I believe in these songs, and that's why I sing them. I wouldn't sing them or present them or write them, compose them if I didn't believe in them. And if I didn't believe in the people, that we can live, that we can be all right. And I believe in better days all the time. Myself, I'm positive. I try to be positive, but it's going to be all right. Try to hang on to the positive all the time. So brighter days are always there. That's why our son gives us a reminder of that every day. And so in there, like I said, it's going to be that way. And the album, Wowichala, so look out for it. Just kind of make that announcement here. It's going to be coming soon, and stay tuned on my Facebook. I have a TikTok, I share the music there. I'm always just when inspiring, sharing, encouraging, that's what it's all about. Kind of like what I live for. Same time, these songs that live with me, that I gotta share them. So I'll share another one with you, relatives. Like I said, different genre of music. I shared different kinds. This one here, I'm just kind of thinking about this song earlier today. Kind of like a hand drum, but at the same time, I have like encouraging words in there. Talk about new days, better days. It's always going to be new days. It's always going to be like sunshine at the end of the rainbow. I'll share this song with you. Hey, yeah. process with that song, but working on that one, the stuff I shared that one, I think kind of a little more the social, social dance aspect, like I'm happy that we have our ways to fall back on because through this whole COVID, it's been tough. My heart goes out to all the relatives that journeyed on. Condolences to all our mourners out there, because it's been a tough couple of years. I felt it. I'm trying, like I said, have a good outlook that I know we can be able to celebrate good once again. Within our celebrations, to have that good without having any worries. It's kind of that world we live in now, where you're always worried about something out there, you're concerned about, things like that. But if we just kind of walk with Creator in our heart, we don't have to have so much of those worries and so much of those concerns. If we have Creator in our heart, and gosh, well, that will come from that we can be fearless in this world. But yeah, you can be cautious, but be fearless. Because myself, being of the Tatanka nation of Oglala, we always the Tatanka, faces that storm. He faces it head on. He goes, strives forward, and that's how we always got to be in life. Whatever comes our ways, we got to face it and be that way. And not only be strong for ourselves, but try to have people be strong with you. Be strong together. Mentality, that kind of mentality. And so I always had to be that way, And myself, I can't be all places at once, but I try, to do the best I can. And so, as I'm kind of going, on time here, I guess we could kind of open it to some more questions and see if I could answer some questions. If Minnie, if you can speak and read some more, if there's any questions, maybe I could answer some questions before. I'll do a closing too, like in the end here, later the last 10-20 minutes, where I'll do a closing. But, right now, I guess I could open up to some questions if I could answer some questions or whatever. Minnie, if you can.
Yeah, there was Jamie or Jaime, I'm not sure how you pronounce your name, in the chat asked if you write poetry. And they do a monthly Zoom poetry night, but also I'm interested in the poetry that you write, if you do write it.
Oh yeah, I definitely do poetry. I mean, like I share some of it on my Facebook post every now and then, but I have like my own personal journal that I do, and I do writings. Definitely, I kind of see the world around me, and that's part of my own personal art that I do, reflect on. But it's something that I'll be willing to share too. If other people will share it, like that. A place where I can share it, basically. I'll kind of like a lot of it's kind of personal, but I wouldn't mind sharing it and hear other poetry too. So that's something, yeah, definitely.
Cool, thank you. I'm gonna check Facebook, but is there any questions from our Zoom audience right now? I just want to share, I'm really excited to hear the diversity of your music. It's been a really long time since I've heard you sing with the guitar, so it's really good to hear that. And I just appreciate that you're working with youth and showing them the diversity of our music as well. I think that's really exciting. So thank you for that, Santee.
Yeah, you can see the power within these kids every day. Like I said, the good things that happen here. It's inspirational to me because it's like you teach them and show them, but it's ultimately up to them if they're going to pick it up. But when I see them singing it and really like loving it and enjoying it, that's it for me. That fulfillment, because that's kind of what I want to give to them, is that to be proud of who they are. And like to not to be ashamed of singing a song, or to have their hair long or anything like that, just to really embrace their culture, really be proud of it. And then more and more, I see that happening. So it's really great that I see it happening out there, within our families, how we're hanging on and kind of getting more to our traditional ways. We can be this modern day Lakota. I was telling my kids that. I was telling them, back in the day, what we used to fight in battle for our livelihood was our bow and arrow. What I have hanging up back there, just a reminder. That was how we got our buffalo, our mules, protection, protected us from the enemy, danger. That's what we had, weapons, that bow and arrow, really took care of us that way. So, but I've told these children, we come this far, we've been through a lot as far as the people. And now we're at a point, so can we use this bow and arrow now, in this modern time to put food on our table, to protect us from harm, and things like that, And so they said, no, not really, we can't really use the bow and arrow in this modern day time to do the things that we need to do. And so the modern day, I call the modern day weapon, the modern day thing that's going to put food on the table, to protect you, your family, to provide, to get a home, everything like that you need in life to sustain education. Education is like this modern day weapon you can use. Yeah, you can use it in many ways. And it's good to have these be kind of smart. Education is where it's at home. Yeah, just kind of encourage them that way, because we're in this modern day, modern time. You got to have these new ways of encouraging your children to know that they can pick up something and be somebody. Ultimately be somebody in life. And make a way. And break cycles of addictions. All these things that are happening within our organization. We can do all this. And it's just all about encouraging and strengthening these children, putting the time and effort into them, and doing it, that's just the only way I think, really get to them and really strengthen their hearts.
Well, we have some encouragement. Our Tui Angela, our Aunt Angie is sharing, she's had the privilege of reading many of your thoughts. She encourages you to write a book of your good thoughts and prayers. She also says you're always very positive, and that's important in today's work to stay positive. There are also some just affirmations on Facebook. Trisha, sharing that you have to make an album, prayers for strength. She's saying your music is very beautiful.
I appreciate that. Thank you, Tony, and thank you also out there. It's always I'm trying to do my best to get like I said, I've been working on this album for a couple of years. I've been talking about it. It's just I've put a lot of effort and time with this new album that's coming out. It's just a kind of achievement, Towards the end here, I'm going to plug in my phone over on my desk because I know it's going to die. But, yeah, I'm going to kind of come to a conclusion over here. I just don't want to. All right, there you go. Can you hear me pretty good here too?
Yeah, we can still hear you.
All right, nice. So anyway, like I was saying, there's many good things that are coming, and I just wanted to express that too before we end here. And the album that's going to be coming out, we're really looking forward to that. Like during the summertime, I'm always like every weekend, I'm sharing the music. I'm not just recording music. I'm not just a recording artist, but I live these songs. Like with these children every day, I'm singing with them every day. And that's just something that do join my heart. And then when I'm not there, I'm collaborating with different artists, trying to inspire the people, bringing the beautiful melodies to the people. And that's something that I love to do, and it's always just a beautiful thing to see that, watch that blessing go. And then in there, like I said, this new album, being on the mainstream, that's just going to be a bigger audience. But, it's just a matter of getting the music out there, sharing that blessing, It's all it's all good, And as far as here, I'm making movements here within the school, and we're getting different kind of things going, like performing arts. I had the amphitheater just built a couple years ago. Last year we had a play, and I wrote a play for the school here, and then the Lakota language department deciphered it all in Lakota. And these kids here, they learned all the lines in Lakota and presented that play all in Lakota. It was so awesome, and things like that. Trying to get these more outlets for these children. As far as they can, instead of just sports, we have the arts. And that's kind of like what I like about this here and what you're doing, because we need to push the arts more and music. Because so many children are creative that way. A lot of gifted, talented youth out there. You just got to kind of give them all a way to share their thoughts, their music, their talents. So they can it's just therapy within itself. That's what helped me growing up. So I just kind of wanted to share that. Yeah. So those things are coming up, and like I said, throughout the summer I'll be taking a drum about and trying to do another drum group going, and share that kind of music that way with the big drum, powwow style. And my ultimate goal right now, I'm walking to, is to try to dance powwow with my children, because I haven't danced in like maybe 24 years. And so I kind of want to get back out there on the dance floor with my children and enjoy that circle that way. So many things happening, and even within the art, I'm trying to I was talking to my Lexi Dwayne there, and I was saying I want to get back into the art and get into some art shows, because I miss it. Right now I have my classroom will be my studio. I got my home too. I try to make a studio, so I get my paints and just go at it. That's something that another goal I'm walking to. So hopefully you're out to be seeing some original Santee Witt paintings. And it's something I've always done when I was younger. So I'm getting that back, capturing that back. And so like that, I just want to share those good thoughts, those good feelings, and my prayers are always with your relatives. Going out there when I do my ceremonial services, member church meetings, I remember all my relatives, I try to do my best I can to represent, to the ways, myself, my family, all that, I just know that it's a wonderful life, it's a beautiful life, and it's what you make it, and I'm just trying to make it the best beautiful life I can, for my family, my children, myself, and trying to walk a good way, like that. So in there, I want to share one more song, in closing, talk about the song here. The song, it's from it's an old song. The words are very old. I heard it as a kid, just the words, and I always liked the words. It says "Kunkashla Nomahu Ushia Hoyachicha." Talk about you're really praying, in a heartfelt way, beautiful way, you want Creator to hear you, hear your prayer, hear you. It's kind of reaching out and a cry for prayer. That's what these songs are, like a cry, you know, you're reaching out. You want Creator to hear you, see you, ultimately save you. You want to save yourself. And prayer is a very beautiful thing. Preparations and everything that goes into the prayer. But like I said, this song, I walked with it for a lot of years, and it came to me in many different ways. And ultimately, one time it just came to me like the way it is, the way I was going to sing it. And it just touched a lot of people's hearts, and it reached a lot of people and helped them. A lot of healing. And other singers covered it. And it was just a really good song. And it kind of sums up me a little bit. My life, and everything is going good. I'm real happy how things. I had some struggles there, but everything's how it's supposed to be. Myself, I put everything in the Creator's hands. However, gosh, planned for me. That's the way it's going to be. I can go against that. I go with it. I'm really thankful to the Creator of all the good blessings that He's given me. The home, beautiful job I love. And family and music, is something that I know that's gonna I look forward to, like, for, doing for the rest of my life, and forward to sharing with your wonderful relatives. I'm glad that you're there to listen and to hear, and it's just something that I work hard for all the time, those kind of things, you know, to share. And so, like I said, this song, getting back to the song here, I shared it years ago at a secret circle. And, there was power there at that time. There was a change, that was happening. And ultimately, the people were really hanging on to the waves. And, there was a sincerity there of the people. And we're still walking with that. I know our people still have that. A lot of our people, there's those of us that are really trying our hardest and our best to walk these ways good and represent it well. And in there, there's a sadness too, because we want to pray, we want to get out there and pray, but we look around anymore and we don't see much anymore elders that we used to pray with. A lot of our elders left us. A lot of our language speakers, took the language with them, the dialect, a certain way they did things. They took a lot of that with them. And so that for me, it's hard sometimes to go around and pray, because I remember our relatives that left us. And sometimes it gets like a lonesome, but in there, I carry on. Remember, I look at the little ones and say, well, we got to make it good for them. And so that's how it is. Sometimes when you come along with these prayers and these songs and time, it's sentimental. You walk with these things. You're going to always remember. And there's a certain genuinity that I have within my prayers. When I see your relatives, I try to be that way, like a genuine person, sincere, the realest I can be, and that's just how I try to walk my life, and shed tears for people, my heart, because I want my people to be strong, I want my families to be strong, to be addiction free, and to be like that, and for our children to be safe, those are kind of hopes and dreams I have for my relatives. And so in there, I just share a song, this song here, and it talks about that, crying out to Creator, and wanting that the blessing to be recognized, to know that you're doing something for yourself. And I always say that too. If you're gonna be prayerful, or do it a good way, watch how you do things, At the same time, if you want prayers, if you want things, Creator, you gotta meet Him halfway. You gotta meet Creator. You can't expect Him to do everything. You gotta put work into a prayer, make your life good somehow, some way where you can honor that prayer. Meet it halfway like that. Walk with it, hold it. So this encouragement there, relatives, and I encourage myself that way all the time, because I'm not perfect. I have my mistakes, my downfalls. But I always say, forgiveness for myself, and say I gotta keep going. I can't let anything defeat me. Because I have to be a dependable person to my family, my children, and to the relatives I help pray for, like that. Just trying to be that way. And so I'm gonna share the song. It's like I said, for the good evening. For the song is a prayer within itself, so that we can. I want you to be encouraged to have a good evening, and to walk on, encouraged, so we can have encouragement in our heart, thankfulness in our heart that we're here, we're alive, and we're breathing, and we're here enjoying this beautiful earth that God has given us, until we journey on into that spiritual world. And over there, it's different. But here's a gift. We have. This is all a gift here. So that's how I look at it. I'm living this gift, trying to do the best I can every day. Make the best of my life as I get older. And forgive myself for things I have done. At the same time, know what I have to do, and want my children to do it better than I can. Those kind of good things are all true, like that. So I'm gonna share this song here. For all, each and every one of you for listening, I thank you. I'm gonna share the song. Toga Shila, Namah. I go to share that song, on behalf of me and you know, my children, my prayers, my walk of life with my instruments, my instruments of prayer that I pray with, those kind of beings, my chanupa, you know, those are all, things that I hold near and dear, in this life. And to share that with you also, it's honorable, I thank you for listening, and, for encouraging too, the words of encouragement, and I take those, I always take the encouragement because, it's something I always need in my life, and I appreciate all the encouragement, At the same time, back to you, encourage me, that, to live strong, live healthy, walk with prayers, work hard, working hard always pays off, those kind of things, And, once again, I just so thankful to be to have the opportunity again to share some of my teachings, music, stories, a little bit like that. I can go on and on, but I guess this is the time right here, and at least I kind of touched on different kind of styles of music I do. There's a lot more, but that was just what time I had to share it, and I really appreciate it, Cousin Minnie, I thank you again for inviting me on like that. And like I said, I'm thankful and for sharing some of my spirit and my heart in my classroom, and so all that, So I want to say, I guess that much, something I also want to share before I go to a little phrase, see if I can remember it here. Unchi na tungashuna ta wa unspeki na hakti na unjikalo. What that translates to, I stand on the teachings of my my grandmother. So I try to teach, remember everything that they taught me. I try to walk that way, So I try to stand on their teachings because they had good teachings. I try not to let those things die out anymore. That's how we can't be. We can't let those good teachings or ancestral ways, die out. We gotta keep them going for our future generations. Our culture will be that much beautiful. Our ways will always be that much beautiful. Our code, na Lakota Otahiga, in there, the ways look good. They're very good, but it's very hard too. Like I was talking about. But those are things that we endure as Lakota people. We endure, we're resilient, We laugh, we have our humor. There's healing in the humor, Always try to be that way, always learn how to be to laugh, to laugh in life, because that there's healing in that. To cry, not to be afraid to cry, because there's healing in that. When we cry, we let go, we release a lot of things, I know I cried my tears, but I feel good today, Santee my wash day, I feel really good. My wash day, my heart feels good, Santee. So I feel good all around, my relatives, I bid you a good evening, happy wash day, happy wash day, wash day, okay, okay, Wachia Quintelo, Yuska, Wachia Quintelo, we'll see each other in a good way somewhere down the road, so in there, Minnie, I just want to say thank you too, for letting me on. If you can still hear me, I guess, it's pretty close to the time there, and just like I said, I was happy to share everything, and bid you all a good evening, good night, and myself, I'll carry that with me, myself, on my way home, safe travels to myself, and it's gonna be all right, So share the song, keep listening to the music, keep listening to the words, and I'm always gonna be here doing as long as I can, So with that, say good evening, good night,
Thank you, Santee. I just want to share some affirmations from the chat.
Yeah.
Just people saying beautiful voice, Padamya ye, thank you, getting teary-eyed, just more things. It was beautiful. Wopila Tanka, feeling blessed to have you share with us. And so I just thank you again. I shared out your YouTube and TikTok and Facebook links. So I hope folks give Santee a follow. And I think we're all looking forward to your album coming out, and so that we can listen to you on the regular. So thank you, cousin.
Yeah, thank you, cousin. All right. We'll teacher. Look, okay.
Doksha.